Morning, I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the Clayton County Traffic Bench Trial Calendar for Courtroom 304 in the State Court of Clayton County. It's November 3rd, 2022. I'm going to call the calendar. If the person is represented by an attorney, their attorney can respond on their behalf. If they don't have an attorney, then I'll ask if you wish to go forward on your own, or if you wish to have someone else if you wish to go forward on your own with the trial, or if you wish to speak with the state to determine if there's a plea offer that you are willing to accept prior to trial. Okay.
Waiting on the courtroom to sign on, Judge.
Do they know they're supposed to, Ms. Val?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because you know we had a lot of different people.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to call them right now.
Okay. You want me to step in there?
No, I'll get them on the phone.
Okay. And we seem to have courtroom 304 on, even though it's showing a picture of the screen. Deputy, is there anyone in the courtroom?
Yes, there's people in the courtroom, Judge.
Okay.
No. Let me get Ben over there to help him.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. There are individuals in the courtroom, so that's why I'm trying to get the courtroom online. And there's someone in the courtroom assisting with the technical issues. Thank you.
Okay, so that's still on there. That's gotta get moved.
I think we can get started. See, there's courtroom 304 is online, and then the other one is for the deputy CCSO courtroom 304. You all can work on that. I mean, essentially, all I need to know is if there are people in the courtroom and can they communicate with me? And I should be able to do that through the courtroom 304 portal.
Your Honor, are you able to hear me and see me?
I can.
If possible, can you remove that other courtroom?
Yeah, I can do that. And we're good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, this is the State Court of Clayton County. This is the 10 a.m. traffic bench trial calendar. I'm going to call the calendar. If you're represented by an attorney, I need to know that you are here and prepared to go forward, but I'll hear the status of your case from your attorney. If you're not represented by an attorney, then I need to know whether you're prepared to go forward with a trial or whether you wish to speak with the state about a possible plea offer. Grace Marie Beaver, that case is an improper left turn. Grace Marie Beaver. Grace Marie Beaver, last call. Announcement from the state.
Yeah, trying to say request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant.
To appear.
Failure to appear. Ryan Stanley Boyer, that case is closed. Marcus Travius Harris, following to close.
He's here, Your Honor, in the courtroom.
All right, Mr. Harris, come up to the podium. Mr. Harris, are you ready for trial or do you wish to consider a plea offer?
Plea offer.
All right, so in a moment, I'll put you in a breakout room with the state and you can discuss your case with them. Jarvis Wesley Rosser. Jarvis Wesley Rosser. Third call, Jarvis Wesley Rosser. From the state.
Failure to appear, Your Honor.
Failure to appear, granted. Daryl Lamar Townsend. Daryl Lamar Townsend.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Sterling Stephenson here on behalf of Mr. Townsend. Your Honor, I have not been able to get a hold of Mr. Townsend. I've reached out to him numerous times via telephone and also via email, and he has just gone radio silent on me.
Okay, that sounds like a failure to appear. Did you have anyone else on this calendar, Mr. Stephenson?
Your Honor, I believe that's the only case.
All right, you're excused at this time. Hayward Williams Jr. Hayward Williams Jr. Third call, Hayward Williams Jr.
Your Honor, he's here in the courtroom.
All right, come on up, Mr. Williams. So, Mr. Williams, are you prepared to go forward with a trial or do you wish to consider a plea offer?
Well, I have an attorney and she told me to come down and ask for a continuation because she wasn't able to be in here today.
Who's your attorney?
Attorney Askew.
Who?
Attorney Askew, A-S-K-E-W.
All right, when did you hire her?
I hired her last week.
Okay, that's probably why she couldn't come. Mr. Williams, you gotta hire the attorney as soon as you ask for a trial. Because if you wait till the week before trial, nobody's gonna wanna take that case and appear in trial.
I understand that, Your Honor, I'm on Social Security and I had to get my ducks in a row. So it was beyond my control in reference to, trying to get an attorney, but I do have one.
Has she put in, she hasn't put in any paperwork saying she represents you?
Well, yeah, because I guess it was last minute. She's doing a case this week. But I do
Yeah,
have
but if she represents you, she's supposed to file a conflict. Even if she has another case, she can file a conflict.
But what did you suggest I do, Your Honor?
That's not my call to make.
Well, I need a continuation until I can get her in court.
Mr. Williams, I can give you a one-time continuance to the next trial calendar, but she has to be at that trial calendar because I can't give you another continuance after that.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Tell Ms. Askew she needs to file the proper paperwork to let me know she's in this case. Otherwise, we're not respecting any continuance the next time.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Harris, come on up. I'm gonna make a breakout room so that you and Ms. Janvier can speak about your case. Or Mr. Tipton, I'm sorry, whoever's case it is.
I'm just assisting. It's Ms. Janvier's rodeo today.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Harris, the courtroom, I'm gonna put in room number 1 and Ms. Janvier, room number 1.
Your Honor, before you put me out in the breakout, can we release the officers, Officer Carroll, and Officer McCullough, and Officer Carey?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, officers. All right, so breakout room number 1. All right, Mr. Harris, you'll speak with the state.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, may I be placed in that breakout room as well? Thank you. Oh, and sorry I didn't start off with good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tipton. All right, is the courtroom having trouble getting into the breakout room? If you touch the screen, you should see invitation to the breakout room. Hold on a second. Ms. John VA, do you all have an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Harris is willing to take a plea.
All right. As soon as the courtroom comes back, we'll go ahead and do that. Mr. Harris,
Yes, ma'am.
raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on case 2021 TK 18478 for following too close. Mr. Harris, what do you plead to the offense before the court?
I can't give it. Go ahead. Give it.
All right. By entering a plea of guilty, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir? Factual basis and recommendation, Ms. John VA.
Yes, Your Honor. On November 16th, 2021, an officer was dispatched to a motor vehicle accident on Flint River Road and Ashton Road in Clayton County. At that time, the officer determined that driver one, which was Mr. Harris, turned at the light and put his car in reverse and backed up to the second vehicle. And of course, at that time, the officer cited Mr. Harris at fault for the accident for following too closely.
All right, and recommendation?
$85 fine, Your Honor.
Okay, is that 85 base or is that base plus surcharges?
That's base, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Harris, the fine is going to be $85. There's going to be surcharges attached. I'm not sure how much it's going to be with the surcharges, but they can tell you down at the window. Did you wish to pay that today or have additional time?
Right now.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to go downstairs to the floor below you on the second floor. When you come back in through the double doors that you see in the hallway, go to your left and you'll see the traffic court area. And when you get to the traffic court window, they'll take your payment and they'll give you your paperwork. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Nah, I wasn't in the truck, bro. So
Your Honor, is Mr. Williams was free to go as well?
Yes,
You gotta be.
he'll get notice of the next court date.
Okay, I'll inform him.
All right. And then we'll have the 11 o'clock calendar. I'll be back for the 11 a.m.
I'll see you on.
Morning. This is the 11 o'clock calendar. I'm Tammy Long Hayward. This is courtroom 304 for Clayton County State Court. I'm going to call the calendar if you are represented by an attorney. Your attorney is going to speak for you, but please let me know that you are here. If you're not represented by an attorney, but you wish to go forward with your trial or consider a plea, then we can discuss that. The state is here, and if you wish to speak with them first to see if there's a plea offer that you're willing to accept, then that would be fine. Ms. Bermudez, we have a couple people who may need the assistance of a Spanish interpreter. Would you like to sound for them?
Yes, ma'am. Will that be Mr. Anzora?
I believe Mr. Anzora and possibly Mr. Oy.
Okay, I don't have Mr. Oy on my. Yes,
Raul
but-
Roberto Oy.
Yes, ma'am. El señor Heriberto Anzora. ¿Está presente?
He is here present in the courthouse. He's advised that he has a lawyer that's supposed to be representing him. However, the lawyer is not here yet.
Okay. All right. And Ejoktan Garnett.
Good morning. This is Attorney Hillman Toombs. I represent Mr. Garnett. He is here. And
All right.
pre-trial conference, please.
Okay. And Raul Roberto Oy.
Good morning, Your Honor. That's actually my case. I thought he was going to be joining us via Zoom. I don't know if he's in the courtroom, but if not, I can pop off, and I've had contact with him. I think we haven't worked.
Okay, so my understanding was Mr. Ruff represents Mr. Hoy, that they believe they have
with the state,
an agreement with the state.
About the case with them yesterday, excuse me.
Okay, and he's going to check and make sure that his client can get on. All right, Anne-Marie Luce Jenny, or Jenny Anne-Marie Luce.
She's present in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right. Ms.
Also,
Luce?
Your Honor, the
Yes.
state submitted a null pros, motion to null pros that this morning.
For Ms. Luce?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Luce, your case has been dismissed by the state and you're free to go at this time, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Take care. I'm sorry.
I said I should have done the Zoom meeting.
Either one. If you wish to have the paperwork, you can check and get that. I haven't signed the no price yet because I haven't gotten it on my computer, or I haven't logged into my computer. I've been doing this, but you can get a copy of the paperwork this afternoon or tomorrow if you need it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. And Batsarai Ashbur Moore.
Judge, that's my case. She should be on.
I
She
see
should-
her.
And I guess my announcement is what says the state.
All right.
So the state would ask for a continuance as we've agreed to put Ms. Moore in a PTI, so give her a chance to sign up.
Okay. Is that your understanding, Mr. Fortis?
We would do PTI if that's available.
All right, so Ms. Moore, you'll sign up with the state for their PTI program through Mr. Freeman. Once you've completed it, then the state will present that information to me. So we'll set you on a future calendar. And if you have completed everything by that calendar, then you do not have to appear, but you have to make sure you clear that with your attorney, okay?
And Judge, how would she make contact with Mr. Freeman?
Mr. Freeman's, how does she get in touch with Mr. Freeman, Ms. Janvier?
You know, I'm actually gonna see if he's available to hop on the Zoom, if he can go in the breakout room.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if he comes on, let me know and I'll set up a breakout room.
All right, I'll stand by for just a minute.
Okay. All right. All right. So Heriberto Anzora is waiting for the attorney. Mr. Toombs needs a breakout room. So Ms. Janvier, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Toombs. Mr. Toombs, do you need to be in that breakout room also?
Just, I think we had an add-on. Mary Catherine Long.
Oh, I'm sorry, we did. Mary Catherine Long. Mary Catherine Long.
Okay.
Your Honor, yes, I would like to be in that breakout room. Is it the same breakout room we were in earlier?
Yeah, except I'm gonna put Mr. Toombs. In fact, I may move you because I'm gonna put Mr. Toombs and you all in breakout room number 2. So breakout room number 2, Ms. John VA, Mr. Tipton, and Mr. Toombs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and then Mr. Fortis, we're gonna get that information from Mr. Freeman.
Your Honor.
Mr.
Okay,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so Mr. Freeman is getting ready to log in right now, so he should be on momentarily for Ms. Moore.
And Judge,
All right.
based
Yes,
on
Mr.
those
Fortis.
representations, could I be excused? I just need to go to another court if that would be okay.
Okay, are you okay with Mr. Freeman speaking directly with your client in a breakout room?
Sure, I went over everything with her. I think she knows what to expect, so I'm fine with that.
All right, so I'll set him up in the breakout room when he comes on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judge. If for some reason you need me, she knows how to get in touch with me, and then I'll jump back on.
All right, I think we're good.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Moore, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Freeman once that I see that he is on. We're still waiting on Enzora. Mr. Toombs has gone into the breakout room for Mr. Garnett. And Mr. Ruff, you said that you had an agreement for Mr. Hoy, and we were waiting for Mr. Hoy to get online. Okay, not seeing Mr. Hoy. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming online.
Yeah, I just spoke with his wife. She said that he was trying to log on. Maybe we can.
Is he going to need an interpreter, Mr. Ruff?
That I do not know, Your Honor. He may. I think so because his wife has been the contact person, so.
Okay, so Ms. Bermudez, if you will stand by, then we'll have you available for Mr. Hoy. And Miss, if you're coming in, please make sure that you put your name on the screen. So what you do is you go click on the screen, you'll see a box with 3 dots. Click on that box with 3 dots, and in that box you'll see rename. Click on rename and it'll tell you how to put in your real name, your first and last name, and then save that to your screen, okay? All right, so yes.
The first case, Mr. Attorney Kessler is running a few minutes late. He in Atlanta, but he should be here. His client is in the courtroom. So
right.
they will need an interpreter. I'm not sure if that iPhone person is Mary Catherine Long or not. I don't see a name.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Long.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is that you with the hat?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, so just to be clear, we have no affiliation. You and I are not related that we know of, because my maiden name is Long. Okay, all right.
No.
Right. All right. So, Ms. Long, are you prepared to go forward with a plea at this time? I mean, with a trial at this time, or do you wish to consider a plea offer from the state?
I would like to go with the trial.
Okay.
So
and
is that like discussed with a attorney?
Yeah, you would have an opportunity to discuss privately with an attorney and consider whatever offer they have. If you're willing to accept that offer, you'll take a plea today and we'll resolve the case. If you're not willing, then we'll go forward with the trial.
Okay, yes, I would like to.
I don't know, Judge, if they'll be able to do a trial today. They told me, I just walked her on because she said she had an FTA. But okay. I talked to Mr. Brooks and he said that they may not have their witness and she may have to be reset, and that's not going to be until December.
All right, so Ms. Long, you're here to I guess, clear up an FTA. So if you want to take a plea today, you can, and it will resolve the case. If you want to go to trial, we're going to have to put you on the next trial calendar so that both you and the state would have time to get your witnesses here. We basically put you on this calendar to assist you with getting your FTA from the previous calendar straightened out. So Ms. Moore, I'm going to put you and Mr. Freeman in breakout room number 3. Mr. Freeman, thank you for coming on. Ms. Moore's attorney has said it's fine if you speak with her about enrolling in the pretrial intervention program. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right, so you and Ms. Moore are in breakout room number 3.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right, so I have Ms. Moore in breakout room number 3. Mr. Hoy is, I guess, coming on, and Mr. Toombs is in breakout room number 2 with the state, and Mr. Kessler, we are waiting for him. And I know that there are officers here for this case, so once the state comes back, we'll know whether we're going forward with trials or whether you all can be dismissed, okay? So if you'll just hold on, thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes, did someone have an announcement? Ms. Javier?
Yes, Your Honor. The Garnett case has actually been accused, and so Mr. Toombs asked for to reset it, and the state would not object to the reset.
All right, so Mr. Toombs, that case will go on an arraignment calendar. And you'll get notice, you and your attorney, you and your client, okay? Where's Mr. Hillman out of the breakout room yet? Let's see. Nope, he's still in the breakout room. Ms. Janvier, Mr. Freeman, and Ms. Moore are in the breakout room. Mr. Toombs?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. So, Mr. Toombs, your case, is my understanding from Ms. Janvier, that case has been accused, so it'll go on the next arraignment calendar.
Okay.
And you and your client will get notice.
Thank you. I appreciate
All
it.
right.
May we be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right. And Ms. Long?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ms. Janvier, Ms. Long had an FTA. She wanted to appear for the calendar so we could clear up the FTA. It's my understanding that you all weren't prepared to go forward on her case with trial. I don't know that you've had the opportunity to give notice to your witnesses. However, I did tell Ms. Long if she wants to speak with you about resolving the case through a plea, she may. If not, we'll just reset her case to the next calendar so that we could basically clear up the FTA.
Okay.
All right. So Ms. Long, did you want to speak with Ms. Janvier, or did you just want to be put on the next bench trial calendar?
I would like to speak to her.
Okay, so Janvier and Ms. Long, I'll put you in breakout room number 2. And once you all are finished speaking, you can come out and make the announcement.
Thank you.
Ms. Long.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There we go. All right, and Ms. Bermudez, I guess we're just waiting for Mr. Kessler to come on and waiting for the announcement on Mr. Hoy.
Mr.
Waiting
Hoy,
for
I'm
Mr.
here.
Hoy. Oh, okay. So you're Mr. Hoy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because it says Andre Shan. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Your Honor, he's the victim of more.
Oh, okay.
If you
Mr.
look
Shan is
on
the,
my chat.
okay. All right. So that's clear. Mr. Ruff, were you able to reach Mr. Hoy?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so Mr. Shan, I'm looking
Yes.
for Mr. Raul Roberto Hoy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So who's Shan?
I don't know about this is Raul.
He may be borrowing somebody's phone, Your Honor. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ruff, what say you on Mr. Hoy's cases?
Your Honor, we had a chance to pre-trial this with the state yesterday. They made an offer for a no-low plea and a $50 fine, and Mr. Oy agreed to accept that offer.
All right, is it on both the stop or yield sign and the display of license plates, or will one of those be no pros?
The state's offering the license plate for a null pros, Your Honor, to my understanding.
Okay, Ms. John VA?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay. Did one of y'all go into the breakout room with Ms. Long, or is she still waiting?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
Okay, good.
She just.
All right.
She must be
Mr. She might be stuck. Mr. Oy. Okay, Ms. Long, hold on a second. We'll get your announcement in a moment. Mr. Oy, may I see you, please?
Sorry.
Ms. Bermudez.
Señor Hoy.
Yes,
Señor
ma'am.
Raúl,
Yeah.
¿podría usted encender su cámara, por favor?
No escucho bien.
¿Podría usted encender su cámara? La jueza necesita verlo.
Digo, yo la estoy viendo a usted. ¿Usted me ve?
No, no lo vemos. La jueza necesita verlo a usted.
Y ahora,
No, oprima donde tiene la foto de la cámara. A ver.
okay, yo primo le veo la cámara.
But he seems like he hasn't been able to turn on his camera.
Okay, let's see. Ask Mr. Oy to touch the screen and see if he sees the three dots.
Toque la pantalla y después que haga esto, ¿puede usted ver los tres puntos que aparecen?
There you are. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Oy, raise your right hand for me.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Señor Hoy, ¿puede usted escucharme?
No, it's too low. Está muy. No puede escuchar muy bien.
But he can hear you very well, Judge. ¿Puede usted escucharme ahora?
Sí, pero se oye es muy bajo el volumen.
It says it's really low.
Okay, ¿me puede usted escuchar mejor?
Mr. Oy,
Yes, ma'am.
can you turn up the volume on your device?
Is all the way up.
Okay, Miss Bermudez, can you try again for me?
Señor Hoy, ¿puede usted escucharme? ¿Subió usted el volumen?
Sí, la escucho.
Ok. ¿Sí me puede escuchar? ¿Va usted a necesitar intérprete o puede usted entender a la jueza?
Digo, yo puedo entenderlo.
Okay. Judge, I asked Mr. Oy if he was going to need an interpreter, and he said that he can understand you.
Okay. Mr. Oy, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're before the court. You can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on 2021 TK 18773 for stop or yield violation and 2021 TK 18774 for display of license plates. The display of license plates is going to be dismissed. And your attorney, Mr. Ruff, and the state have agreed that you are going to enter a plea of guilty to stop or yield sign violation.
Your Honor, that was sorry to interrupt, that was a NOLO plea.
I'm sorry, NOLO, to stop or yield sign violation. By entering a plea of NOLO, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or NOLO could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On November 21st, 2021, Mr. Oy was observed failing to yield a stop sign at Garden Walk Boulevard in Clayton County. At that time, contact was made with Mr. Oy and he was issued a citation. Additionally, it was observed that Mr. Oy did not have his license plate was covered. The state is no processing the display of license plate and is offering $50 fine for the stop sign, the failure to yield.
All right. Anything on behalf of your client, Mr. Ruff?
Your Honor, it was not an accident case. I know they charged her with the failure to yield at the stop sign, but there was no accident in this matter. Mr. Oy is prepared to pay the fines and fees, and we've asked the court to accept the recommendation.
Okay. Mr. Oy, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll sentence you to pay a fine in the amount of $50. The total is going to be $83.25, and I'll give you 30 days to pay it. Mr. Ruff, does Mr. Oy have a email address?
I do have one for him, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you would send that to Ms. Castaneda.
Okay, I'll do that right away.
All right, so Mr. Oy, your email address, Ms. Castaneda is going to send the information to you by email, okay?
Okay.
Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, so check your email. You'll have 30 days to pay, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too, sir. All right, so once you've completed sending that information, Mr. Ruff, you can be excused if you don't have anything else before the court. Ms. Long and Ms. Janvier, did y'all reach an agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Long, you'll be moved to the next available bench trial calendar. Please make sure that on that day, you have all of the information that you wish to present. If you wish to present any evidence or testimony or any witnesses, okay? You're not required to. It is the state's burden to prove the case against you beyond a reasonable doubt, and you have the right to remain silent. But if there's anything that you wish to bring forward to the court, you may do so on that day, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. And you're free to go. Yes, ma'am.
The DDS sent me a letter in the mail stating that I needed something, a release from the court. How do I obtain that?
Okay, Trying to think of what you actually need from us and who's gonna give it to you. Miss Brenda, do I need to just do an order, or is this something that the clerk's office sends?
She would have to go up to traffic and they would give her an FTA release form.
Okay. So Miss, can she get it by email, or she has to actually come in?
I'm not sure. Let me check on it, Judge.
Okay. So Miss Long, let me check and see if they can send you that by email. Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. And so did Heriberto and Zora, did Mr. Kessler come into the courtroom yet?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
Okay, so he's on his way. Mr. Hoy, you're free to go at this time as long as Mr. Ruff has sent in your email.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
sir.
did.
Your
Yes,
Honor,
Judge, I did. Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Anzora's lawyer is coming through security checkpoint now at this moment.
Okay, that's fine. And Mr. Ruff, what were you saying?
Oh, just that I did send that over to chat to Ms. Castaneda. I'll see you this afternoon, Your Honor, around 2.
All right, Mr. Ruff, thank you. Mr. Hoy, you're free to go at this time. And the Ms. Long, we're just checking on whether you can get that FTA release by email, and then we'll be prepared to hear from Mr. Kessler.
Thank you.
Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can do an order giving us permission to lift the FTA, and that way I can just email it to her.
All right, Ms. Heath Fortson, can you just draft a quick order basically saying that Miss Mary Catherine Long appeared before the court, and based on her appearance, the court is lifting the failure to appear. Do you know what date that was, Miss Brenda?
Let me check. That was October 19th, 2022.
Okay, and Miss Mary Catherine Long, if you will send your email address to Ms. Camille Heath Fortson, just by chat, just make sure you send it directly to her, and then we can send that order out to you.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so Ms. Long, was there a problem with your address? Was why you didn't get the notice, or do you need to change your address? Is that an issue?
No, ma'am, I just didn't receive it.
Okay, so, but this is the address that you've had that's on your license that the court has?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so nothing has changed. All right. Ms. Heath Fortson, just let me know when you have that available, and we'll go ahead and send that out to Ms. Long. And Ms. Long, you're excused at this time. You should just check your email address this afternoon, okay? Once you send that to Ms. Heath Fortson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And for the room, as soon as Mr. Kessler is in, we can address what's going on. Ms. Moore, have you spoken to Mr. Freeman?
Yes, I have.
All right, Mr. Freeman, are you satisfied with that you have all of the information necessary for Ms. Moore?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
All right, thank you, sir. You and Ms. Moore are free to go at this time.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, take care, Ms. Moore, and please make sure you do what's necessary.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so we're just waiting for Mr. Kessler.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Kessler is present and accounted for.
All right. So let me see a video of the courtroom, deputy, and then we'll go ahead and address Mr. Kessler's client. All right, Mr. Kessler, if you and Mr. Anzora will come up. And Mr. Kessler, are you all ready to enter a plea on failure to yield, or do you wish to have a trial?
My client wants to have a bench trial, Judge.
I'm sorry?
My client wants a trial, yes.
Okay. What is the state's position on trial?
Your Honor, the state would ask for a continuance. We have a conflict. The officer is on military leave until the end of this month and would not be available until December 1st at the earliest.
Okay. So Ms. Janvier, just as a point of protocol, it's always nice to let us know these things ahead of time. Because that way we can keep Mr. Kessler from having to bounce from courtroom to courtroom to courtroom. He usually comes in person, and I don't just mean Mr. Kessler, but a lot of the attorneys come in person or they're juggling other courtrooms. If they know ahead of time that the officer has a leave, then we can send them an email and they don't have to make this trek. And that's, time wasted and money wasted.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Kessler, anything on behalf of your client regarding the state's request?
No, it's just a bit, Deja, if you could tell my client that the officer's on military leave, that's why you have to postpone the case. Okay.
All right, Ms. Bermudez.
I'm sorry, Judge. I cannot understand what Mr. Kessler is saying.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what he said. He said, please tell his client, Mr. Anzora, that the state's witness is on military leave and the case is going to have to be continued to another court date.
Señor Anzora,
Sí.
el testigo del Estado está en una licencia del servicio militar y el Estado está pidiendo que le aplacen su caso y el caso va a tener que ser para otra fecha.
Mr. Anzora, please keep in touch with your attorney, Mr. Kessler.
Señor Anzora, por favor, manténgase en contacto con su abogado, el señor Kessler.
You should get the notice in the mail.
Usted debe de recibir su citatorio o su notificación por correo.
As soon as you get notice of your next court date, please make sure that Mr. Kessler is aware.
Y tan pronto usted reciba notificación de cuándo va a ser su próxima corte, asegúrese que su abogado, el señor Kessler, esté informado.
And at this time, Mr. Kessler, you and Mr. Anzora can be excused, and we'll continue this to the next trial calendar.
So, thank you.
Y en estos momentos, señor Kessler, usted y el señor Anzora se pueden retirar y vamos a aplazar este caso hasta la próxima lista de causas para ir a juicio.
Tengo una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes.
Esta notificación no me llegó por correo. It got to me. Llegó a mi correo.
I didn't get this notice in the mail.
I did get it. I'll make sure the clerk's office has this correct address. No problem.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kessler.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So the case for Anzora has been continued. Garnett is an arraignment calendar case. Hoyt, a plea and a no pros, and Luce was a no pros. Moore is a PTI, and Long is continued to the next bench trial calendar, and court is down to the 1 p.m. calendar. Thank you, everyone. All right, so Ms. Bermudez, we'll call you if we need you. Afternoon, this is the 1 p.m. Traffic Court Bench Trial Calendar for Judge Tammy Long Hayward, Courtroom 304, State Court of Clayton County. I'm going to call the calendar, and if you have a case on the calendar and you're ready to go forward with trial, then you let me know. If you're represented by counsel, then I need to know that you are here, but your attorney can speak on your behalf. And if you are representing yourself, if you wish to speak with the state regarding a plea offer, then you may do that, and you may resolve your case with a plea instead of a trial if that's what you choose to do. Eugene Thomas Atkins. Eugene Thomas Atkins, speeding and tinting violation. Eugene Thomas Atkins. All right. Failure to appear, Eugene Thomas Atkins. Cedric Carl Evans. Okay, the courtroom is muted, so if you're trying to tell me something, I can't hear you. Cedric Carl Evans. Cedric Carl Evans. So Deputy, is Atkins in the courtroom?
No, ma'am.
Evans in the courtroom?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Avery Satrick Knight. Avery Satrick Knight.
Your Honor, for the too fast for conditions, the state sent a motion for no press.
Okay. So I have stop or yield sign and too fast for conditions. Were both of those no pros or just one of them?
I'm not sure the disposition on the stop sign, but it was closed. Your Honor, I have to go back and look it up. But that one was already closed.
So I have 2022 TK 02417 stop or yield sign. That's the one indicated on my calendar is closed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then the too fast for conditions?
The state is moving to no press.
All right. No press accepted. Okay. And Garen Anthony Nation. Garen Anthony Nation. Garen Anthony Nation.
Failure to appear, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, I think he's coming on actually. I see something down there. Just popped up.
Are you Mr. Nathan Nation?
Present, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Nation, you're charged with following too close with an accident. Did you wish to go to trial, or do you want to speak with the state first to see if there's a plea agreement that you can that you're willing to accept?
I would like to speak to state. I was thinking that the insurance was gonna end up dropping it because I didn't run into him. He rolled back into me, and then I had him on the tape saying it was no accident.
Oh, okay, hold on. So the insurance company doesn't bring this case, that's civil. So there's two types of cases. The case where you get a citation when you've had an accident, you get a citation from a law enforcement officer, that's the criminal case. That's like a traffic court case. The civil case where the insurance company may or may not get involved regarding damages to property or damages to people, that's civil. So that's separate. So the insurance company has nothing to do with this. But I'll let you speak with the state to see if you all can work something out with respect to the traffic case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Darrell Samuel. Darrell Samuel. Darrell Samuel. Anything for Darrell Samuel?
Failure to appear, Your Honor.
All right. Failure to appear will be granted on Darrell Samuel. And Dion Marcus Walker. Dion Marcus Walker.
Your Honor, he's present in the courtroom.
Your Honor, the state is moving to no press.
All right, Mr. Walker, the case against you has been dismissed and you're free to go at this time. All right, and Cedric Carl Evans, where was Mr. Evans? Is Mr. Evans in the courtroom?
No, ma'am.
Okay. FTA. All right, so Mr. Nation, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Ms. John VA and Mr. Clayton, so that you all can talk about your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, before you do, can we excuse Trooper Chavez and Officer Tigner?
Yes.
And I believe Officer Farley is on as well. Farley, yeah.
Okay, so anyone here on behalf of the state who is on one of these cases, and the cases have all been a failure to appear or a dismissal, you are free to go at this time per the announcement from the state. All right, so Ms. Janvier and Mr. Tipton, I've already set up the breakout room for you and Mr. Nation. Once you all have an announcement, let me know.